What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. And for today's video, guys, we are talking about the major. It's not really going to be about the other teams because it's not over yet. I'm just going to give you guys basically a deep dive into my roster, the trials and tribulations thus far, and where the Seattle Surge is at as a whole. Obviously, I've been seeing a lot of frustration. Obviously for good reason. We got last. I mean, you can't really be happy about last. So I'm just gonna give you guys a state of the union for the Seattle Surge. Fill everyone in. I'm very transparent when it comes to things like that. I would rather you guys be in the know than spread false information about stuff that isn't exactly accurate. So I'm just gonna fill you guys in on everything that has transpired, where we're at mentally, why we got last, and we're just gonna go through everything because I would rather you guys know than not, like I said. So short and simple, let's get started. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover the major first before I get into like the actual team as a whole. So we played Florida round number 1. We were super confident because we have been playing really well in scrims, like frying in scrims the week prior. Florida obviously didn't have that great of a showing in the league matches prior to stage 1. So it was a match that we thought we could win, assuming that we didn't get 360 world starred, and we did indeed do that. So, like I said, scrims were going super well. We were really confident in our game plan. Our S&D was on point. We were improving in respawn, which was our weakest link. Hardpoint was by far our worst game mode. Even though we hadn't won a control, we've only played, I think, 2 control maps total. Before losing Florida, I think we were 0-4 on raid. So it wasn't like we were bad control. We were bad at raid control. And even then, it was just like a lot of really weird situational plays in those maps that could have really gone either way. So we were really focused on hardpoint. And we were getting really good at it. We were improving every single day. I think we kind of found our rhythm in scrims. So going into the Florida match, we were super confident. Vetoes went about as good as they could have. I don't really think there were any mistakes in our vetoes or map picks. I think that the maps were pretty even for both teams. I don't really think there was any glaring issues in the vetoes. So going into map number 1, which was Crossroads Hardpoint, this was really a 50-50. This wasn't a map that I thought that they were really good at, and this wasn't a map that I thought that we were really good at. It was definitely towards the higher end of our hardpoints in terms of like what maps we were good at. It was towards the highest, but it wasn't our favorite. It's just map 4 why we picked raid. So we'll get there. So map 1, we lost a nail biter. I think we lost by about 20 or 30 points on a P3 break that Neptune got. It was just, I watched that whole sequence back like 30 times. I'm sure you guys all remember when Danny comes through bunker, gets that 2-piece, and then after that, a lot of mistakes were made in consecutive order on my team, and we lost. Unfortunate. Danny got that 2-piece. We had a full hold, and then we tried to get out the back, and we died too quickly, and then we gave up mid pinch as well, and Neptune pinches and they break, or someone pinches and they break. It was just like a culmination of like 4 mistakes in 15 seconds that costed us that map. So that was map number 1, lost by 20 points. We just started out super slow, picked up momentum towards the middle of the map, and then tapered off towards the end. Map 2, we should have won probably 6-3. Neptune got a 1v4, which wasn't really a 1v4, but like an ace 1v2 or whatever you guys want to call it. Yeah, that was interesting. So we won 6-5. Thankfully, we watched VOD on that, and they did the exact same thing that they did in all of their checkmate S&Ds prior. They didn't switch anything up. So I knew the map was in the bag before we even played it, even though it did go 6-5. We kind of started trolling a little bit. All good though. Going into Garrison Control. So this was a map that is super defense favored. Obviously, I've covered it in my videos prior. If you guys don't know, you should win defense on this map. So first round, we have offense, and we kind of come out of the gate pretty hot. I think we cat B on our first push, and then we make the lives pretty close. We end up losing because it's offense, obviously, but I think we lost by like 3 lives. So we're confident. Losing by 3 lives on an offense, great. That's kills for defense rounds. That's perfect. The rest of the map didn't go too hot. I think Wake got streaks, I want to say 30 seconds into round number 2. He ended the first round on like a 4 or 5. Got streaked super quick off of the break of the second, their first offense, the second round. And then they capped A and B in about 30 seconds total in the round. So at this point, we're down 0-2. Wake is triple positive, just having the map of his life. it was just a full collapse. If I can sum it up pretty well there. We gave it our all, and in the end, it just didn't matter. That was one of those maps that when you're frying as a pro Call of Duty player, there are a few players out there that's you really can't do anything about it, and Wake is definitely one of them. So he single-handedly smoked us on map 3, and then Sky single-handedly smoked us on map 4. Not ideal here. There was some unfortunate things that happened. You guys probably weren't paying attention to the minimap, but Rev will probably throw it over what I'm talking about right now. So the very break of the raid hardpoint, we called out Preston is going to late pinch mid. And if you guys watching the VOD, again, I'm sure Rev will put it up right here. Preston's controller settings actually reset because his game crashed, and there's like a bug with whatever the game. I don't know if it happens a lot or not, but his controller settings reset because his game crashed, and he didn't know prior to the map starting. So you guys will watch on the minimap right now. He goes mid, he turns around and goes into bottom art. He's like, oh shit, I have to change my controller settings. Jerry, who was called out by Danny and also Weak, full sprints through the middle of the map because obviously we're playing 3v4 at this point. Preston can't watch it. Full sprints through the middle of the map, gets like a 3-piece coming through bottom art. We all die, and then Caesar proceeds to go 12-0, something like that. Which is pretty unfortunate because I got a 2-piece off the break. If Jerry dies, Caesar's last alive on the hill. That spree never happens. The map is completely different. But this does happen. Caesar starts out 12-0, full streaks, and kind of just spirals into a complete shit show. So, hats off to Wake and Skies. Those guys are, obviously at the top end of the league in terms of talent. They play their fucking hearts out. There's nothing that I can do about that. So, I mean, like I said, going before the Florida series, our respawn was really good. I was super confident in it. I knew that we were going to win the S&Ds just because they weren't going to switch anything, and they didn't. So, we kind of got punched in the mouth in our respawns, and that's definitely something that we're going to have to go back to the drawing board on. Or not even. I think it was just, on the day kind of thing, which happens a lot in Call of Duty. I think we're still a pretty decent hardpoint team. All of our scrims are going well, but I'm going to give you guys a state of the union for my team because for whatever reason on social media, whether it's Reddit, Twitter, whatever, people love to talk about my team, and it is warranted. We have a lot of huge names, household names for Call of Duty, so I understand the desire to break my team down in every facet possible. I feel like I go on Reddit like once a day, and there's just like 7 Seattle Surge threads. And of course I read them. I shouldn't, and I'm an idiot, but I read them anyway just to see what people are thinking, and it's not good. It's not good. I understand that. I understand the frustrations, guys. I'm well aware. Getting last at the major is inexcusable, and I'm not gonna make any excuses whatsoever for that performance. We got last, and we need to get better. That's literally all it is. We're gonna go back to the drawing board for scrims. We're gonna attempt to just maintain some form of consistency. That's been the key word for my team. Just performing at the same level every day is something that if you don't do, you won't win. So that is definitely number one for my team. That is the number one struggle of my team right now. And I think that's just gonna come with time. Like I said, we have really, really high highs. We have some of the highest highs that I've had on a team. And we also have some of the lowest lows. When we get on some days, we can, beat Optic and map count without blinking. And other days we can't. And other days we just can't get 50 points in a hard point against London. So there's just like there's no consistency to our respawn gameplay. Our S&D is very consistent. That is one shining moment of this team, is our S&D is very good. But respawn's consistency is something that needs to come out because, like I said, if you don't have it, you don't win. So that is something that we're going to be focusing on just to fill everyone in. Again, guys, I am very sorry for the performance. I'm not going to sit here and make excuses about it. We got shit on, for lack of a better terminology here. So, and attempt to get better. I think that, it's the first major, bumps and bruises. It's all good. I haven't had the best year and a half or so. All of you guys love to remind me of that fact, and trust me, I don't need reminding, but I appreciate all of them. Thank you guys so very much. It's I like sitting down and making these kinds of videos because I am very candid about my team's performances. And if you guys watched the end of the raid when they went to the player cams and I was freaking the fuck out, just because I was really frustrated, man. There were just a lot of mistakes, myself included, that were made in that series and in that raid, and there were just so many things that what we don't do in scrims. And it's if you don't replicate what happens in scrims and matches, then that's when things change because you're not used to the environments that you're putting your teammates in or your teammates are putting you in. You're not going to know what to do in certain situations. And like I said, if you can't practice how you play in matches, then there's going to be zero consistency and you're not going to win. So that is the number one thing that I'm trying to improve on for the upcoming league matches and the next major. This video is going to go up before the major's even over, so I guess I'll touch on it. Holy shit, that Optic Dallas series was one of the most entertaining series of Call of Duty I've ever watched. Game 5, round 11 between two of the top 3 teams in the game is just something that you couldn't ask for more. So like I said, I wasn't going to touch on it, but I mean, the major's not over yet. So if you guys watched that series, that was it was something to behold. So guys, one more time, I do apologize. I got last. I've been getting last. It's not fun, but you know, I'm my own worst critic, and I appreciate you guys for reminding me that I need to get better, because I know I do. I promise I'm trying though. It's not like it's never an effort thing. I sincerely, I can sit in front of this camera and promise you guys it's never an effort thing. I am always getting on every day for scrims and trying to improve and make us better. Because, you know, getting last for as long as I have now and not performing for as long as I have, it's starting to get to me. So, you know, hopefully some success will come soon, some consistency will come soon, and we'll turn this shit around. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, listening to my my ramblings, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.